Anybody can make a really good hook, but true masters, and if you want to be the type of person that keeps people sticking around to watch the entire podcast episode on YouTube or a longer short form video, you have to get into storytelling. If you click on this video, I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm going to entertain you. I'm going to give you value, and I'm going to showcase to you why you should work with me. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Built to Tell. I am Mike Liguori, where we decode the psychology behind unforgettable content. And if you're new to the channel and you're new to the podcast, welcome. So glad that you're here. If you could do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell on YouTube. And if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast, go ahead and do me a favor and hit that follow button. I greatly appreciate you. All right, so today's topic is from another listener. The question is, Mike, how do I not just hook someone in, but also retain them for the full video? That would be massive for most people. So this is a great question because I'm sure you guys have seen this, that the formulas to hooks and how important hooks are when it comes to pieces of content online, whether it's a podcast episode or a short form piece of content, hooks are incredibly important. I have no doubt about that, and I'm in agreement with everybody out there that talks about the importance of hooks. However, anybody can make a really good hook, but true masters, and if you want to be the type of person that keeps people sticking around to watch the entire podcast episode on YouTube or a longer short form video, you have to get into storytelling. Because here's the thing, the hook is great and it will entice people and it will get them to click on your video, but you got to take them on a journey. And this is one of the things that I see a lot of podcasters, entrepreneurs, creators, anybody that has a show, right, or has something that they're creating content for and sharing it with all of you, is that they don't storytell. They are so focused on just trying to get you to watch it, and then they leave everything else to complete crap. If you're watching this right now and you have a show, you're actually doing a massive disservice to people online, because what you're doing is you're not creating value for them. You're just trying to get them to click. And so I want you to think about this for a second. Is that, first of all, in alignment with who you are as not just a creator, but an entrepreneur, a business owner, somebody who's trying to grow a business? Is that in alignment with you just to get people to click on your stuff? So think about that. The second thing I'll say, what you really want to focus on more than anything is taking them on that journey. So the second thing, what kind of journey do I want to take this person who clicked on my video? I think we're all just trying to compete for clicks. I think we're so focused on just getting attention and like waving our hands and going like over here, like look at me. And we're not approaching it from this perspective, which is that if you click on this video, I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm going to entertain you. I'm going to give you value. And I'm going to showcase to you why you should work with me. Within that goes into three parts, right? So you have your hook. We've already talked about that and the importance of that. And again, the formulas work. There's different tactics and strategies to it. I'm going to get into the second part, which is the quest. So what you really want to think about is that whether your podcast episode's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, even if you're doing a series of podcast episodes, it's going to be over the course of a month. What is the quest? Meaning, when that individual clicks on that video, where are you starting them off at? And where are you telling them that they have to go? And that's the most important thing I'm going to tell you when it comes right after that hook is a quest. So you always want to establish a quest. You want to make people feel like that they're going somewhere and they're going to experience something that they're not going to get anywhere else. Now, if you work in a service-based industry specifically focused on improving people's health, the quest would be, you're going to be able to improve your health by the end of this episode. Again, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, time frame doesn't really matter. They clicked on that video because they want to go on a journey to learn something, to have something that they didn't know before be given to them so they can implement it in their life. So this is really important. Establish the quest. And you don't have to make it this grandiose quest. You can simply just say, hey, for the next 15 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm going to take you on a journey. And I'm going to show you why actually you should come with me. And then the last thing is the takeaway. Takeaways are incredibly important. And that quest piece that you have in there is going to be filled with tons of research, value, even calling out that viewer for some things that they may not be aware of. And I'm not saying like put your viewers or your listeners on blast or people online, But what I'm saying is calling them out and getting them to ask themselves the incredibly important questions like, why are they not taking care of themselves? If you're in the health industry, why are they eating junk food? Why do they continue to eat fast food? Why are they not improving their cardiovascular health? Like there's all these different subjects that you can go through. So that quest is completely up to you, but you really want to weave together every single study or fact or dialogue that you're having with this person and really truly connecting the dots. Because when you get to the takeaway, which is the final piece in all of this, the takeaway is going to be the thing that they walk away with. Because they had a great journey with you. They've gotten a lot of information. They got a ton of value from you. And now they're ready to go home. The quest is over. So think about the takeaway. What do I want them to learn from me? Because now they've spent all this time with me. Now I've given them a ton of value. What do I want them to do? And what do I want them to take away from the piece of content that I gave them? And so this whole approach that I've just given you is really focusing on the listener and the viewer and their experience, not your experience, their experience. Oftentimes, a lot of creators and a lot of entrepreneurs, people who have shows, they're just focusing so much on the stuff that they want to tell people that they think that they need to know. And this is incredibly selfish, right? And I'm not going to go on a rant about this, but I just think that we need to be focusing more on creating relationships and community with people online. And we need to focus less on what we want to say on our podcast or on our channel. Because let's face it, the reason why we have these channels is because we want to, one, grow our business, but two, we want to build better relationships with people online and we want to do business with them. You're building a great relationship with them. You're making them feel seen and heard, which I've talked about often on this podcast. So going back to the takeaway, one of the things that you want to make sure is the end result, right? And it could be, I want them to listen to the next podcast episode because I'm going to go a lot deeper into health and wellness, right? Or into supplements. I'm just giving you guys some examples. But that would be something that I would start with when you're creating that type of piece of content. Now, when it comes to short form content, some of the things that I'll tell you is that you're going to have to take that framework of the hook, the quest, and the takeaway and condense it down very quickly in a shorter amount of time frame, just because that medium specifically is all about competition for attention. People who indulge in longer form content like podcast episodes or documentaries, whatever the case may be, those people are expecting to be taken on a ride. So that takeaway on that medium, specifically for short form video, you just got to get quick and right to the point. When it comes to longer form content, you can really just do a lot of work in that quest section and really do a great job building it up and then lead them into the powerful takeaway. Maybe it's even a couple takeaways that they can implement in their life. And then what you've done is you've really engaged them to continue on their own quest after that piece of content. And that even may include them coming back and listening to another piece of your podcast, YouTube video, or them watching another reel, right? And especially if you're a master of that medium. So I hope this was helpful, and thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Built to Tell. If you like what you heard and you like what you saw today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell on YouTube and give me a follow on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.